Sup nerds! So welcome back to my channel, guys! I am so excited for today's video. As you guys saw with the title, we'll be reading 7 books in 7 days. Yeah. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. At the end of the week, I want to finish with 7 books. First, if you guys like reading vlogs, if you guys like reading challenges, if you guys like all the nerdy things, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Without further ado, let's just get started. I don't know why my voice sounds like it's so early. It's really like 11:40 a.m. But I slept in today, so that's why I look too like it's so tired. But I did go to bed late. I was watching the Jurassic Parks, like the original 3 book movies, and I was like hooked. But like, I don't know. Anyway, what's funny is I actually did this video last September as well, and I think I started on September 1st. That time I did do 10 books in 10 days, but I was like, I don't know if I can do that this time, and I don't want to like, you know, set a goal and not be able to reach it. I think we need to build back up to that because over the holidays last year, I actually did do try to read 12 books in 12 days. And I couldn't complete it. I couldn't finish it. So I was like, you know what? We need to like start from the bottom. 7 books in 7 days. Then we'll get to 10. Then maybe we could do 12. I don't know about that though. So anyway, again, pretty self-explanatory. I think for me, the biggest thing that I want to note is just like, yes, 7 books in 7 days. It would be obviously easiest to finish 1 book a day. But I will tell you that like some days it's like I might not be able to finish a book. And so if I can get, you know, 2 half books done in a day, or like a half of a book done one day and then I can get 1.5 books done in the next day. Like either way, I think the goal is to have read 7 books at the end of this whole week. So it could build up. I could read all 7 in one day. Hopefully not. Anyway. The plan this morning is just to sit and read. So we're going to pick a book. I'm going to try to pick mostly off my TBR for the month, but I will tell you that it's just like not very many options and not very many short enough options. So we'll have to just like play around with that and see where that goes, see where we're at with that. So anyway, I will keep you guys updated. Guys. So I actually got like kind of sort of ready for my day. I washed my hair. My friends are coming over later, so I'm trying to hurry up. So if you guys did not see, I started off today, this morning. It was not morning, it was like noon. But I was trying to read Life and Death by Stephanie Meyer. I didn't even finish chapter 1. I am obsessed with this book. I love it so freaking much. But this time around, I wanted to annotate it, and I just didn't have time today. And so I wanted to like sit without feeling like I had to rush this book. And I also, the audiobook is $1 million. It's literally like $25 for what? And I can't find it anywhere for free. And my Libby doesn't have it, so my library, because my library's stupid. So anyway, long story short, I'm gonna save this for another day, just when I have more time to sit. And I also ordered another version of it so that I can annotate that one, because I don't know, this one just looks so old to me and I just love it. It like almost feels like a classic in my heart, so I don't want to annotate this one, so I'm gonna get the other one. And I already have so many highlights going, and literally I'm only on chapter 10, I mean page 10, and because I ended up getting it on Hoopla, the ebook, so you can highlight it on there, but it's just like takes so much time for me to like read in the physical copy and then highlight it in the on the ebook. It's just a lot of work. Anyway, so we are pausing this. Hopefully we can read that one tomorrow. Honestly, it just like is the perfect book to get me in the fall mood, and I'm obsessed with it. But this you can get on Hoopla as an audiobook. And so I ended up starting Honey Trap by Tate James. If you guys saw, I literally am like 60 something percent. I ended up getting to chapter 25, page 261, 262, and I'm enjoying this book. I just love Tate James. I think this one honestly is exciting because I feel like it's different. Oh, hold on. Sorry if you just heard my air purifier that whole time, but this one is different from the first two. So if you don't know, the first series is the Madison Kate series, the second series is the Hades series, and then this one is the third. So it's all in the same world. It's not necessarily like a continuation of issues. They're all different like series, but they're all in the same world. So like the first like like couple pages of this book, you already get some kid to see a character from the Hades series, and then and then a couple chapters in you meet another character from the Hades series. So I would encourage you to read them all if you're like interested in this one. But this one's really cool because it's different. Our main characters are a part of this thing called the Guild, and so that's the series name, The Guild. And so it's just interesting because our main character, I don't know exactly what she's called, but she's kind of like an assassin. And then one of our other main characters, he is a hacker. And so it's just a really cool dynamic. This one I will say is not for the faint of heart. Again, like the couple seconds in and someone's already getting you know what I'm talking about, and so I'm like, oh gosh. But it is just so interesting. It's fascinating, and you're kind of like figuring stuff out, obviously. But all of her books, I don't know about all of them, a lot of her books are wide shoes. It's kind of like her niche, so this one is no different. So one of our other characters, they haven't not I'm gonna assume here because he has a point of view as well. So right now we have 3 point of views. I'm gonna assume he's the other like love interest, but we shall see. But it's just like giving forbidden romance a little bit, and I'm like, honestly, both of them are giving forbidden romance, and so I'm like devouring it, and I'm like, what's gonna happen? So I'm probably gonna just listen to it until my first friend shows up to try to listen to perfect. So I'm gonna try to listen to as much as I can. Hopefully we can finish it before they get here, because I know we're gonna be up late, then I have to get up early tomorrow, but I honestly would stay up just to finish this. And so we'll see. Hopefully I can get a lot of it, if not most of it, done. Her series always, what are nice is that since it's a 3-book long series, I know that like this book is going to be a lot of development, and then it's going to end on probably a cliffhanger. So anyway, I know that they're like, there's not a lot that's gonna have to happen in this like last chunk, because normally she waits till the last second to give you all the juicy tea, which I devour. This is like look at all those series. 1, 2, 3, and I've read one of her standalones, and then there's another series that I've read by her and another author, but I just don't have the physical. Anyway, you can see I know the drill. I know what I'm getting into, so I'm excited about that. And yes, it looks like I have 3 hours left, but I think, is it 3 hours on double speed? Let me see. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so I have 3 hours and 20 minutes, an hour and a half, an hour and 50 minutes. So I have like maybe 2 hours left, just like depending on how you know, often I pause it or whatever. So okay, that should be good. That's perfect. Okay, perfect. All right, guys, I'll keep you guys updated. Hey, I actually ended up finishing Honey Trap before anyone came over. It's literally only 5:23. So honestly, if I started this maybe like a little after 12, because I know I was reading the other book around 12, but let's just say I started this at 12:30. 12:30, it's 5:30 basically, so like 5 hours. These books, they're so quick paced is the thing. They're really easy to read. And then I was listening to it, and I normally have books on double speed. This one actually took me longer than I thought though, because usually I feel like Hoopla is they talk so freaking fast. Sometimes I have to slow it down and like then get like when I'm and then when I get used to it, then I'll speed it back up because I feel like they talk so fast. But anyway, I finished this book. I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was just so fun. This is the thing. I think my thing with this one is right now, the characters are not like my absolute favorite characters. First of all, this whole thing is basically they're just like all liars. They're all keeping secrets. They're all like suspicious, and so obviously it's hard to like fully be like yes, 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 because I'm also like, what's gonna happen? Like, who are you for real? Like, and then it's like also like obviously, I like our main character. What is her? Why was I gonna call her Bonnie? I don't know how I forgot her name. They only said it 87 million times. Danny. I like her character, Danny. She's really cool, honestly. She obviously, like I said, she's not like my favorite main character, but I think she's really cool. And so obviously you're rooting for her, and I'm like, I don't want you guys to hurt her. I'm like, don't break her heart, please. Just be honest with her so you guys have to tell her the truth. And so, whatever, all of that, it's just making for a really good book. And of course, the ending had to leave me on a cliffhanger, makes me want to go read book 2. But I'm like, okay, let me not. I think like the sweet spot with like this challenge and stuff, and when I did the 12 books in 12 days, it kind of put me into a reading slump the last time I did that, and so I don't want to do that. So I think I have to like limit myself a little bit and force myself to do something else and then read like, not read again until tomorrow, because then I think that's what forces me into a slump when I'm reading like multiple, whatever. Long story short, I'm gonna watch some TV. So I'm gonna force myself to watch some TV. But again, my friends are coming over, so like those should be over soon, so whatever. But like, I'm gonna watch something so I don't have to again, so I'm not reading so much, but I really want to read the next book. I think I'm sold on a 4.25 for this. I think it definitely has the series has the potential to like be a really great series, but again, like the characters are not my absolute favorite. And I think just sometimes you have to kind of like look the other way, like like pretend something's not as corny as it is, because like there was a moment where like crazy stuff happens, whatever, and these people are like they're not necessarily strangers, but like they're not like that close or whatever, but then they just like run up to each other and like kiss, and you're like like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. But you love it anyway. Like you enjoy it anyway. But anyway, so 4.25 is what I'm landing on. And we're going to just keep it there. And then I will see you guys tomorrow. I probably will end up reading the Twilight one tomorrow, because I basically have the day to do whatever I want. And so then I can sit and just like, I guess I can't annotate yet because my other book's not here yet. But just sit and max and relax. You know what I mean? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. So I have some updates. Today is technically Monday, which is day 3, September 1st, if you guys have been watching like the keeping up with the dates and stuff. And so what had happened was yesterday my friends said we ended up having like just a great time, and so I was not able to read, which is not the end of the world. I wasn't able to read too much, which was not the end of the world. I was able to read like for an hour and a half ish. But I honestly was so tired that I was like, let me go to bed, and then when I wake up the next morning, I'll be able to read a little bit more. So I was not able to finish Life and Death quite yet. But we did make it to chapter 7 between last night and this morning. So page 100. Page 100. It's not, and it was just fine. I feel like this book does read very quickly. Normally I just want to annotate, so that's why it's taking long, and I probably shouldn't have done that like during this challenge. I know. So now we're reaping the repercussions of that. But I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not stressed at all, because I definitely feel still confident that we can still finish the 7 books in the 7 days. So whatever. Today I decided, so instead of like, I had things to do, so instead of just sitting down and like pushing everything else off, I decided to get an audiobook. So I got Glorious Rivals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I kept going back and forth between this one and The Naturals, which I probably will listen to The Naturals as well sometime soon. But this is like in 10-hour, it was like an 11-hour audiobook. So 5 hours, we should be good, because I always listen to my audiobooks on like double speed. So we definitely should be good, finish before 5 o'clock tonight. And then we'll have some time before I go to bed to read the Life and Death. I don't know if I'll finish it, but still I feel like it's fine. I feel like it's all gonna be fine. I'm actually enjoying this. I ended up getting, oh, I didn't move my thing. I actually already ended up getting to chapter 14. Yeah, chapter 14, which is page 64, which is just so funny because that goes to show how long these chapters are in Life and Death, because I was on chapter 7, page 100. This is chapter 14, page 64. Like, that's crazy. Those chapters are so long, and I remember that from reading it the last time I read it. I was like, dang. But I love that book, so it's fine. Anyway, I'm really enjoying this book. I just love Jennifer Lynn Barnes' writing. I love her stories. And this whole, if you don't know the premise, is just incredible. Basically, they had a bunch of, like, they're hosting basically a grand game, their grandest game. And so they had a bunch of like contestants who had to, whatever, they found their way to get into this game. So now they're on this island playing a game. Playing a giant game, and so it's so fun. There are riddles, there are things like you're like trying to figure out. It's really just a bunch of fun, and so if you're someone who like me loves games, this is a great series for you. But also if you read the original Inheritance games and you want to see more of Grayson, I would say specifically, then I would definitely read this series as well. We do have some other new characters which are also fun and fresh, and then we do have cameos from our original people as well. But like specifically if you were like Grayson, then this one, I would read this series. So anyway, I'm enjoying that. I'm hoping I'm gonna finish this pretty soon, and then I will keep you guys updated on that. I have to like do the dishes, want to do some laundry, that kind of stuff, so audiobook is always perfect for that. But I don't think there's very much else I need to say. Obviously, I don't know if you guys know, but Life and Death is a reread. I'm sure you guys know, I've said that probably a million times. I've read it already, so I wasn't gonna update too much on that anyway, because I've already read it. I've already put it in reading vlogs. And so there's not much to say, but I just love that book anyway. So just my opinion. I'll keep you guys updated. Hello guys. I look crazy. All right. It's 7:10. I ended up going out and hanging out with my mom for a little bit, so we pushed the time a little bit back, but honestly, it's fine. So I ended up finishing Glorious Rivals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. You guys, honestly, I don't even know what I want to rate this, because this was one of those books where I went back and forth a lot, where I was just like, like some moments I was like, ugh. Other moments I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. I feel like too, what's hard with this one is that like a lot of, I don't know, I feel like there's not enough, like it's not very common that books are like this, where there are like 6 point of views. I think it's 5 point of views. And so there's like 5 main characters. There's not like one main character. They're all equally and all different things are happening. So I will say like 2 of the main characters are just like not my favorite, but the other 2 I love so much. And then actually the other 3 I love so much. So it's like, it's hard because some moments I just want to like strangle the characters, like 2 of the characters, and the other time I'm like swooning, like, oh my gosh, this is so cute, like all the fun things. So it's like difficult, but I think the ending really picked it up for me, because then I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, there was also a point in this book where I was a little bit like, oh, since book 3 isn't out yet, like obviously, but we know that there's a book 3, we know that it's gonna like, not everything's gonna get solved, but we do, I wouldn't even say any, I wouldn't even say it gets solved, but I feel like there was enough things that like don't make me that mad anymore. At first I was like so mad. I was like, oh, we're not gonna know anything even when this book ends. But I will say like there's enough other things happening, I feel like, and other things that it was fine. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. So I honestly would go with like 4.5 stars, I think I'm feeling. That feels about right. 4.25 doesn't feel right. It feels like that's a little bit low for this book. I mean, I have no complaints. I love Jennifer Lynn Barnes is writing, and I think that yes, the character, like some of the characters were not my favorite, but I think that dynamic is why the book works so well, because there are characters like you love, characters you're rooting for, characters you don't really like, but it all creates one beautiful picture. And so again, I mean I kind of touched on this I think when I was introing this book, but it was just kind of like, obviously they're playing a giant game in this world, but it's not like just like a bit, it's not boring. It's not boring, I should say. It's very like action packed. It's very fun. And so if you're thinking like, oh, it's just gonna be like the Inheritance games, like the exact same, it's not like that at all. Genuinely, there's so much more to it, and so I would definitely read this series if you have not picked it up. But I'm really excited for book 3, and I'm so mad. I'm like, when is it coming out? I think we have a date, but I think it's like not close. I think it's like July. Let me see. Yeah, I was right. July 2028. July was just 2 months ago. Like, what? We have to wait 10 months for the next book? But it's fine. It's fine. I will wait excitedly. Excitedly? I don't know. Okay, so I have to freaking edit a video so I can upload that video and then I will be able to start another book, because again, it's 7:15 right now. So if I can edit by like 8:15, then I usually don't go, I haven't been falling asleep till like midnight, honestly, like depending. Today I don't feel too tired, but we'll see like when I start to wind down how I'm feeling. But my goal, so sorry, if I'm trying to like, if I think that I'm not going to be up for a really long time, then I might just listen to the naturals, because it's a pretty short book. The audiobook is 7 hours, and again, so I listen to them on double speed, so that will take me like 3.5 hours. So that should be fine. But if I feel like I can like stay up a little bit longer, then I might try something else, just because I don't need to have the audiobook right now. Like I can just read the physical copy, but those are always just faster, because like they're, you know, things that I always am like, oh my gosh, I need to like go fold my laundry, and then I'm like, it's just like, do I need to do that in this moment? No, but like I can't focus on a book until it gets done. So then it's let me stop talking, because I need to go speedy. But if I could finish a book today, that would be perfect. Then we would be back on track until tomorrow. All right, I'll keep you guys updated. guys, I look crazy, but I'm about to, obviously I'm getting ready for bed. Hopefully not gonna fall asleep yet, but I am, I just get a little scared, and so this is a little spooky for me. I'm not obsessed with reading this right before bed. I definitely will finish it at some point. So I ended up getting to chapter 23, page 176. So I'm about like 50 something percent, 57%. So I'm pretty like decently in it. It's 10:19 right now. I think I'm gonna read, see as much as I can get done in Life and Death and just go from there, which means technically I'm still a little behind, but then if I finish both of these tomorrow, I'll be... Oh yeah, if I finish both of these tomorrow, then I'll be caught up. Yeah, because day 1, we read Honey Trap, Glorious Rivals. Yeah, tomorrow will be day 4. So if I finish both these tomorrow, yes, then I'll have 4 books done. Yeah? Yeah. So, that's gonna be my goal, because it's just like, I love this book, and honestly, I remember this from the first time too. It's just like, I get jumpy a little bit, because it really is, if you haven't heard it, it's Criminal Minds, like, but teenagers. The thing is that they're still like these teenagers where they all have natural abilities. If you guys don't know the series, you're missing out. It's actually so good, but they have like these natural abilities. Some of them like can like read body language or like are profiles naturally, like just different things like that. And so it's really cool to see like just these like people. So it's not necessarily like they have powers or anything. It's just like they have these natural abilities that, you know, whatever, that help them, that the FBI wants to like use in a way. So they're supposed to be working on cold cases. It's still a little freaky. Even the cold cases are a little freaky. They're not necessarily freaky, but they just go in the mind of the, and it literally goes in the criminal minds, and I said, oh, it's a lot for me right now, so I need to take a break from that. I'm enjoying it second time around. Honestly, I'm kind of like, it's so enjoyable second time around because obviously I know what's gonna happen, so you can kind of like see the signs, you can see like just different, you notice different things, and so I love that, and I freaking love the like romance too. Jennifer Lynn Barnes and her love triangles though, I'm like, girl, please. Although Glorious Rivals love triangle, I don't think so, but I thought reading those back to back would throw me off, but honestly they're just so different in like genre. Obviously I don't even know, the voices might be the same, but like what's happening is so completely different that there's really no crossover like at all. So it's like I might as well be reading completely different books from 2 completely different authors, you know what I mean? So anyway, okay, I hope that helps. That I'm gonna try to read some of this, and then I will update you guys tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, hopefully with when I finish a book or something, I don't know. I just finished The Naturals, Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Yes. Again, it was a very quick audiobook. It's a super short, not short, I just know, I mean, from the first time reading it too, they're very quick paced books. So even if you're reading it physically or whatever, it's gonna go really, really quickly because you're in it, you're like, what's gonna happen? Like the whole nine. But also just the way Jennifer Lynn Barnes writes is very quick paced. And so I loved it. Honestly, I don't know. I don't even remember what I gave it the first go around, but I'm really, what am I thinking? I was like, am I gonna give it 5 stars? I think I am. It looks like I gave it 5 stars the first time as well. I just think I have no complaints is the thing. I think it's interesting, it's entertaining, and obviously I knew what I was getting myself into with the like a little bit being scared a little bit. But during the daytime it's really fine. I shouldn't have read it before bed, although I ended up reading the we'll talk about it afterwards, so that I was able to sleep all night. I was fine. I was sleeping like a baby. But anyway, and it's not necessarily like scary, but it's like you just have to ask yourself if you want to like almost understand criminals a little bit and serial people, because that's basically what this is. They're getting to the nitty-gritty. They're analyzing, they're diving deeper. So if you've seen Criminal Minds, when they get into the criminals' minds, that's literally what this is as well. So if you want to read that, know what you're getting yourself into. And so I knew that, obviously, so obviously that's not my favorite thing in the whole web world, but since I knew that going into it, I can't knock a book for that, because that was my choice to read this, and I loved it. I think the characters are so fun, and they're just so interesting. I think it's the cool thing about them too. They all have so much going on, but it's just so fun. And then honestly, reading this one, I really want to read the next one, and so I think I'm gonna try to put it on my TBR cart for next month to see if I can slide it in there, because I do really want to keep reading this series. It's just so good, and that's the thing too. It's like there's so many like things you don't expect that even though I've read it already, I still was like, you know, still like, what? Oh my god. And so I definitely think these are just like so good, and would 10 out of 10 recommend. So I'm glad we finished that. So now we are caught up. I'm a liar. Today's day 4, obviously, so September 2nd, if you guys want to see the date. September 2nd, 11:30. So this morning I was able to, I was just like filing in, like copying, pasting some things for work, so I could listen and work at the same time. I didn't have to like, I could multitask, and so I was happy about that. I'm about to run to Target because a new book just came out today and I want to go get it. And so like I said, today's the day I have to read another book for another vlog, so I have today and tomorrow to finish that book, which I'm gonna get as an audiobook. So I'm hoping that I can read the physical copies today and tomorrow, and then the audiobook as well. Kind of split it between the two, if that makes sense. Because the book I want to finish, I'm gonna finish this today. Even if I have to stay up till the AMs, I have to force myself, because there's no way we're gonna complete if I don't finish this book. I'm also loving it though. I've been reading it every chance that I get. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, please. I read a chapter this morning. Like my alarm went off and I was like, let me read a chapter of that. And I read a chapter, and these chapters, again, like I said, are long. Like this chapter, let me see. Yeah, this chapter 10, is page 150 to 170. Like 20 pages for a chapter is long, so that's what I did this morning. But anyway, so I got to chapter 11, which how many chapters are, that's what I wanted to check, how many chapters are in the book. 24 and an epilogue, so 25 chapters, not bad. So we're gonna finish this today, and I just love it. 2 rereads though, guys. Look at this is what I want from my fall. I made a whole fall TBRR, to be reread, and we need to do it. We're gonna do it. We're making it work. We're doing it already. We're in the works. So, but anyway, I'll keep you guys updated. Don't ask me what accent that was. Don't even do it. This book always hits me just so hard. There's so many times where I want to scream, cry, like literally I can get so emotional about this book. It's just so freaking good. It's so freaking good. And so, yeah, 6 stars per usual. Every time I read it though, honestly, well, not every time, well, this time reading it, I thought for sure, I was like, maybe it'll give me like a little bit like less of the same feelings because I like know the story so well. No, guys. And there were even other parts that hit me harder this time than they did any time before, because I know the story so much that I can like kind of pay attention to other things that are not necessarily the main, like the main characters. So it was just like other things, other relationships that like hits me right in the soul. So I cannot wait to get my other version so I can show you the version with all the tabs in it. Not me like still getting emotion. This book is so, it's just so written so well. And so I love this book. 7 stars, finally finished. It's also like 11 o'clock. So obviously I'm like, but like also tired. It's 11:20. It's 11:20. September 2nd somehow. Like, I just feel like I'm reading so slow, but it's honestly fine. This book took me a while, though, because, like I said, I was annotating a little bit, but also it's just, like, I don't know. I like to feel it. I like to feel it, so I wasn't, like, speeding through it's the way I would, like, some other books, but I'm just, like, obsessed. And so that's 2 rereads down, and that means we're caught up. So we read a book Saturday, we have the book done for Sunday, Monday, and then today, Tuesday. So we're done. This is the 4th book we're done with. And so we gotta see what I want to read tomorrow. I have one option that I really want to read that I feel like could be quick paced, but I'm not 100% sure. So I might try it tonight, because honestly, I'm tired, but like I know that when I get in bed, I'm gonna feel like I want a book or something. So I have to make sure I write 6 stars on my Goodreads update. But so I might start that one, but I will obviously let you guys know about that one. I feel like I've talked about a million years about this book, and I kind of want to do like a either dedicated video to this or like pop this book in a bookworm brew video so that I can just tell you about the nitty gritty and all the juicy tea, because there's so many good things. And for me, it's like, obviously the story is just so enjoyable. The story of Twilight is incredible, but like something about the genius of this kind of flop is just like so perfect to me, and I just think it's so good. Obviously it has the main Twilight story, so it's not like the storyline doesn't change, but it's like just different things just make so much more sense to me in this book. And like things just like, I don't know, just so special to like, it feels so like you can cherish this book. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, I will keep you guys updated. Gosh, I cannot believe it's 11:30. Can't believe it. Hello guys. I was gonna say good morning, but it's literally 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so not morning, but good afternoon, good almost evening, I don't know. Anyway, I'm looking for a chapstick. There it goes. So literally I woke up this morning and, well, I don't know if I showed you, but I ended up choosing this book last night. So after I finished Life and Death at like 11, whatever it was, I chose another book, and before bed I ended up getting a couple chapters read of Authentically Izzy by Pepper Basham, and I really am enjoying it. I really was like hooked in the beginning, and then this morning I had to obviously go to work, so it's just been like you know, back and forth reading while I can, and stuff like that. And so I ended up finishing my work early today, so I ended up sitting and reading. So I got to chapter 9, page 139. Not quite halfway yet. We got quite a long time to get till halfway. Not long time, but like I'm like 38%, I think it was, of the way. Like it's still taking forever. Oh, I could show you. September 3rd, people. But the truth, like the thing is, I just have to finish this tonight. I'm gonna finish it tonight, so there's no questions asked. So when I get back, I'm gonna finish it. But from the gym, because I'm about to go to the gym. But I'm enjoying it. I think that the letters definitely make it read a little bit faster. If you don't know, this book is written in letters, emails, and like direct messages, some text messages, but mostly emails. The thing I think with this one is that, my only comparison to this kind of book is Dear Aaron by Mariana Zapata. That one though is a little bit, I don't know. I said when I was reading that one, it kind of feels like you shouldn't be reading them, and you're like reading these emails because you want to know what's gonna happen. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so juicy, so you keep going. That's what that book feels like. This book doesn't feel quite the same, and I was like, what do you think it is? I think for starters, they're just some of the emails are really long. They're just really long, and then the pages are kind of like I feel like they put a lot of words on these pages. I don't know, but I'm trying to find one that it was just like really long. Some of these are like a front and back page, but some of them are like a front, a back, and then the other like it's a lot. Okay, here's one. So it's like this whole page, and then these two whole pages, and then I think a little bit of the next page as well. Yeah, just the top up here, but like, that's really long for an email, and I'm like, what the? So I feel like some of it just, it's really quick pace when you have emails that are like back and forth, and then it starts to slow down when you're reading these pages forever, and then there's so many words on these pages. But that's the thing, I think I have some of these words I don't even know if I can read. So there you have it. If anyone in the grand wide world is going to build a friendship with me, they must understand that they share my attention with hundreds of books, thousands of fictional people, a dog named Samwise who is much more social than his owner, a love for nature, a devout faith, and a deep, though faltering, desire to become a better human in the small part of the world where I've been placed. So quite appropriately, I end with a quote by the I can't even pronounce it. I don't even they just use words that are like old-fashioned-y, very like long, like the big whatever, which I love the idea, and I love the idea, but I think it's just the combo of things that it's annoying, and it makes it a little bit slower, and it makes it not my favorite. The thing is that I would have DNF'd this if there weren't so many things that I loved in it. So right now if you have me to rate it right now, I'd probably give it like a 3.5 star, which is not a bad rating, but there's so many things like you saw, her dog's name is Samwise. This is like, so far it feels like a love letter to the Lord of the Rings, and I love that. I'm such a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. So I'm like, I feel her on that regard. And then also the whole story is basically this girl who's, she just can't get dates. She's 30 actually, which I didn't know because I feel like the cover makes them seem a little bit younger, but she's 30 and she's just like, whatever. Her cousin is trying to basically, be a matchmaker, and Izzy's like, please leave me alone. So anyway, I relate to her on that as well. She also loves books, loves reading, and I love that as well. So there are so many things. I laugh out loud sometimes. Like, it's a lot of good things, but I think it's just like, it is a little bit slow, and I hate to say, but a little bit boring. So I'm hoping that it picks up. Either way, we're gonna finish this tonight, but I'm hoping that it picks up, so that I can give it like a better rating. Like, I don't want it to be a 3.5 star. I want to love it. I just think we need to make some changes because it's a little slow motion for me, and I need it to be a little fast motion. There was something else I was gonna say, but I don't remember. Oh, that was the other thing. That, so I had so many times I've heard she's a Christian author, and I was like, well, what does that mean? Like, so what basically for this book is what it means is that our main girl, she like talks about, you know, going to church on Sunday, or when she's talking about like she's looking for in a man, like someone who goes to church, who has a faith, and she talks about like, you know, God created books and like just different things. Like she puts God in her language, and I freaking love that. I think it is so good, and it's just so, again, relatable for me personally, but also just so interesting to read a book that has that, because a lot of the time, you know, whatever, they either don't include it at all, or someone just says it quickly but not too much detail you have to kind of fit in. And there are other books that talk about people who go to church, but you could tell that this girl is a Christian and that she has like a relationship with God, and I love that. So I'm interested. I'm obviously gonna keep reading, but I think we need to speed-a-rooney her. She needs to speed up just a smidge, okay? All right, I'll keep you guys updated. It's just mad long and hot. Hello guys, really quick, speedy quick, hopefully. So yesterday I did not finish Authentically Izzy by Pepper Basham. I ended up getting, I think it was like 70% of the way to chapter 19, page 299. So there's, I think, 100 and something pages left. Oh my gosh, it's just like, I feel the same way that I explained when I first you know, gave a little bit of an update. Some moments I'm like screaming, I'm like so excited for them, I'm loving it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to know more. And then other moments, I'm like, come on, this is taking forever, can we speed it up just a little bit? And so I feel like this weird, like, again, it keeps going back and forth, so hopefully the ending picks one side, because, hold on. Sorry, I don't know, the lighting just, whatever, it's so weird. But yeah, so hopefully it picks one side and we kind of can have a final decider on that. But I think the couple's super cute. I'm really excited because, so this is a series actually, but you get a lot of cameos. Honestly, I would argue that the main character, they're all main characters of this book. Luke and her other cousin Penelope, something like that. But they also have books. And so Luke, honestly, has been my favorite part so far of this book. And so I really want to read his book. So I'm really excited about that. Anyway, I'll keep you guys updated on that. But while we were kind of like in the middle of that, I ended up starting Wisteria because, well, part of the reason why I wasn't able to finish Authentically Izzy because I spent like an hour yesterday figuring out how I can get another library card because my library just has the worst books. So I was trying to find a bigger library that was in Pennsylvania that could that would let me pick, let me apply anywhere. So the one that I found was in Pittsburgh, which it says that I only have like 30 days with it and then I need to go in person to like verify, but I'm like, honestly, I will take the 30 days for now, and then if I have to go in person, at least I know I go to Pittsburgh, I'll be in Pittsburgh because my brother just moved to college there, moved there for college. So I'm like, okay, fingers crossed. And then it had Wisteria that I could download literally instantly. So I was like, perfect. This is why I freaking need a bigger library from a library card from a bigger library, because it's just like perfect. So I already got to part 2, which is page 125. So I'm chugging my way through. I think it's like 25% of the way, making my way through. It looks like there are multiple little parts here. We have part 3. Can I get a part 4? No, there's 3 parts. I'm freaking loving this. First of all, I love this series so much. Sorry, I didn't even say that. I love this series so freaking much. And Adeline Grace's writing is just like my favorite in the whole wide world. I love her writing so much. She just writes something so like whimsical, but like so alluring in the way, it calls you in. And so every time I'm like, I need to know more, what's gonna happen. And right now we have, oh my gosh, if enemies to lovers needed and like in the dictionary needed a face, it would be this book, because what? Obviously we're not at the lovers yet. It's giving enemies. And honestly, I was very, in my memory for some reason, I remember Belladonna, the first book, so well. I don't know why I cannot remember very much of Foxglove, so book 2 specifically. And so I had to like look up a little bit of an intro because I was like, I don't remember too much, but now it's all coming back to me and I'm like, okay, now we can go. If I reread this series, I think I would have to pay extra attention to Foxglove though, because I don't know why, for some reason, I'm like, I don't remember that happening, but I definitely read that book, so I'm La La Land, but it's fine. So I'm enjoying that. I wasn't sure if I was going to get to Wisteria because I didn't want to pay for the audiobook, and then these books are better. First of all, they're in third person, so the audiobook is better in my opinion, but also, they're just like really like you need to like focus. It's hard to like read those quickly, i.e. Foxglove, because I think I read that during like a 24-hour readathon or something like that, and that was not my best idea. Not the smartest with this kind of series, so I'm glad we have it as an audiobook. So I'm probably gonna hopefully try to finish Authentically Izzy first and then get back into Wisteria as I kind of like do things, stuff like that. But anyway, again, I'm also filming another reading vlog. It's just chaos, but it's so much fun, and I'm really happy that I got a better library card because I already have so many books that are available or like I can hold easily, and I'm like, yes! So we got this next 30 days about to be crazy. All right, guys, I will keep you guys updated. Whew. You freaking guys, you guys know what this face means. You know what it means. It means 5 stars. That's what it means. 5 bajillion stars. I can't even tell you because I feel like well, honestly, this book has been out for a while. So I'm the one who's living under a rock. I guess it is. But I'm just all I'm going to say is I'm very happy that there's a little novella that we're getting Holly soon because because I just need more. I need more of my friends, of my people. So freaking good. This book, I'm not going to lie, honestly, I'm saying this, but not in a bad way. This almost felt like Belladonna and Foxglove was like a duology, and this was like a standalone or like an interconnected standalone in a way, not necessarily a part of this series. But I honestly really like that. Obviously, we get cameos from, I was gonna call her Belladonna, from Signa, and Mr. Man, but it's not as much, like to me it didn't feel like the story was following, although there are things that you need to know from that series to read this book. But I think that this book is like, has like its own, you know, start, middle, ending sort of thing. So I really love that because like I said, I honestly did not have very much memory of Foxglove. So I'm glad that this one kind of was its own, it felt like its own thing because then I didn't need to remember too much, which I love, but I will definitely be rereading these books. What the freak is wrong with me? I don't know. It's so good. Adeline Grace just writes so good, I'm not gonna lie. Like, just the way she writes things hits me right in the soul. And she does write in third person, but for some reason it just hits every single time. Like, what did I even give? Is this a 5-star trilogy? I think it is, you guys. I don't know if Foxglove, so it looks like I gave Foxglove 5 stars on Goodreads. I just don't know if I didn't put it, but I'm pretty sure I gave Belladonna 5 stars. Anyway, even if I'm messing up the actual ratings, in my heart, this is a 5-star trilogy. In my heart, it's Caraval, Belladonna, We're Here Man. It's so good. I don't know how people could not like this. I have no idea how someone could not like this. Anyway, I'm obsessed. I literally still have not finished Authentically Izzy. I don't know what's going on. But every time I go to read it, it's just so hard to get through. So I'm going to start another book because we have to read another book for tomorrow anyway. And this one was not one that's on my TBR, but the rest of the books on my TBR are big chunkers, and I know tomorrow I'm not gonna have a lot of time. So I wanted to read something quick paced. This is on Kindle Unlimited, so I don't have the audiobook or anything. I'm hoping that it's still quick paced enough that I can finish it. But this is called Somewhere We Belong by Mandy Muse. I was actually watching someone's TBR video, and she was talking about this book, and I don't know why it was giving. So this is A Small Town, Why Choose Single Parent Romance. just call the book Marissa, why don't you? Just title it for me, just at me next time, how about that? So I'm very excited to see what the juicy tea is. I'm honestly just so in a tizzy on this one. I honestly was not expecting to love this as much as I did, and I honestly could still cry just thinking about this freaking book. So literally, if you have not read it, 10 out of 10 would freaking recommend. If you've not read the series, I don't know what you're doing. I also recommend the audiobooks. I think the narrator, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Even when she does the male voice, I'm like, oh, I love him. So I don't know. I actually don't know who it is that does it, because so I think did I return the hold already? Yeah, it just says Kristen Atherton. So I'm like, girl, you're incredible. So everything, so if you're like struggling to get it, you're normally like struggling to get through it, or you're like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it, whatever, I would recommend the audiobook, and that'll just hit so hard. So it's fine, it's fine. Look at Groot, baby Groot, so cute, so cute. End this video here. I'm so excited because literally, honestly, I'm talking fast, reel it in. Last night I literally ended up staying up till 2 a.m. and I got probably like 80% of the way of, let me find it, Somewhere We Belong. Yes, by Mandy Muse. And so we'll talk about that in a second. I ended up waking up, finishing that book. It was super quick, really easy to finish. And then finally, it is 1 o'clock on today, Friday, September 5th. Let me just delete that. Somewhere only we go. September 5th. 1:19. Friday, September 5th, we finished Authentically Izzy by Pepper Basham as well. So we made it. Honestly, the night is young. The day is young. I could have kept going, but honestly, I have a lot of things to do today. So a lot of videos to film, editing to do, other vlogs to finish. So I was like, fine, you know, we're gonna obviously stop here. We'll stick with the 7 days. So we completed the 7 books in 7 days. Really quick, if you do, I don't know how much I explained, but Somewhere We Belong, again by Mandy Muse, small town wide shoes single mom romance. Sounded like the perfect package. I'm not gonna lie, it sounded really, really good. I think for me, the execution felt a little bit short, just a little bit short. I think like obviously it was a very Kindle Unlimited book, and I hate to support this like stigma of Kindle Unlimited books, but this is exactly what I think a lot of people talking about, where there are grammar issues, lots of plot holes, the math ain't mathin', things don't make sense, and there's also just barely any plot. And so I always have that kind of inkling when books like this that I like hear about on like out of the blue, and then it's on Kindle Unlimited. I'm like, okay, I'll go into it a little bit like, you know, knowing that, or thinking, you know, keeping that in the back of my mind. But this one was so like extreme that it was hard to even like get through it. So it was still silly stuff like the grammar, like sometimes the like quotes would be over like the wrong thing, like so it would go like obviously obviously they quote the like dialogue, and then it'll go to like, oh, you know, she laughed, but it would like quote that, and I'm like, that's not supposed to be quoted. Or it would be like a period, like end of a sentence, and then the next sentence would be like next to the period and not capitalized, and I'm like, but that's the thing. Normally I'm not a grammar girl. That's why I haven't written a book, honestly, because I just know, and that's what is a big hesitation of mine for writing, is because I know that I'm not a grammar girl. So I normally don't even notice that stuff. I know some people are like, oh my gosh, I never really noticed that stuff. This was bad. So that means that this was bad if I noticed it. And I was like, what is going on? It wasn't just once or twice, you guys. It was like multiple times. And I was shooketh. There were also things like, it was just random stuff, like things that so one character would say, oh, I'm gonna go do this, and then the character would come back a couple days later and be like, yeah, actually not even like that. They'd be like, I don't know, they would just say something completely opposite to what they just said, but not in the sense of like changing their mind, just literally ignoring the fact that they said it already, or like said something opposite. I don't know, it was just stuff like that that was like, this is a little bit confusing. And also this romance is, if you don't know, Why Choose does have different like I don't want to call them subgenres, but like meanings, I guess, other things. So Why Choose is a general. There are like specific Why Choose romances, I should say. This one was one I haven't read before. This one does have a big content warnings though, if you like are curious before you read it, just so you guys know. But this one, the female main character is, she's like one, like there are 4 main characters. So the main girl, usually the books that I read that I choose, the girl is like the main character, and then the other ones are like the side characters. But no, they were all equally like main characters, equal issues, equal stuff like that. So she was stepping into an already developed relationship, which is not, again, not something that's like common in, well, that I've read commonly. I just think like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I think it was just way too like quick and like, oh yeah, come on in. We love you and your daughter too. And happy day. Oh, I think we needed to have, they did have quite a few conversations, but I think we needed to have a lot more conversations and a lot more, I don't know, development. So anyway, all of that to say, it was fine. I'd probably go with 2.5 stars, which is sad. I don't think I've given a 2.5 in a long time, but it was just like, I wouldn't read it. The thing is that I did look at some of her other books, and I'm interested to read those, because I feel like those other ones could be better. I just think there was, yeah, a lot going on here, not enough development. And you know, we had some good moments for sure, but like definitely not the cream of the crop. So 2.5 stars anyway. And then we got Authentically Izzy again. Honestly, I felt the same way the whole time, but I think that honestly the ending just dragged on for me forever. I really was just like, please can we end? It was literally just felt like, oh my gosh, so much. And then like the conflicts in this are so stupid to me, like they're so useless. I just think there was too much happening with this one. I think that there was too much going on. So not only are we doing the emails, but we're all, or the emails, the letters, whatever you want to call them, but you're also talking like really old timey, like they're like perhaps, and like well, I couldn't even find a good page. Thank you for clarifying your intentions. I appreciate your honesty, so I will return in kind. Stuff like that. It's just like, so so we're writing letters. They're whatever. They talk like they're freaking in from a different century, and then it's just like, and then she's like kind of quirky, kind of, you know, whatever. She's just like, I like that. I like that at the beginning. I was like, okay, she's like kind of relatable, like whatever. I feel like I'm whatever, you know, a bookish girly, but I just think like she was just like a lot of extreme shit. So also the romance, it was just like, it either needed to be shorter and just like a quick pace, you know, like corny, cheesy romance, like rom-com, whatever, or it needed to be like a developed like romance book, but not put it in the freaking letters. It's like, genuinely, I talk to my friends like probably every day, and you would not know my life story from talking to my friends, like by reading my messages to my friends. You would not. So there's like that, just thinking about that, like if I would know your life story by talking to your friends, okay, that's one thing, but I really doubt it. And so she just talks, so it's just unrealistic, which is like, obviously it's unrealistic, like it's a fake book, but at the same time I'm like, so then make the romance a little bit more fiction. Who the freak cares? It could be love at first sight, whatever. But it's just like everything didn't add up. The math was not mathing, in my humble opinion. This is also the, oh my gosh, twice, not once but twice, it might have been 3 times, but I think it was twice. She's like, oh my gosh, she kissed me, and sure enough my leg went up. I said, absolutely not. Absolutely the freak not. I think not. So had me going for a little bit there, but I just think it needed some work. I think it needed some polishing. I think it had like I was thinking about this when I was thinking about what I was gonna say. I was like, you know, the bones of this story, and same with the book right before it as well. The bones of these stories are really great. The bones of, what is it? Somewhere We Belong. Yeah, Somewhere We Belong. The bones, the bones, the structure of these is so good. The, like, not the structure necessarily, but like the premise, the idea is so good. It's the execution. It's the execution that's not for me. It just wasn't for me. So anyway, that's fine. I'm gonna quickly go over all the books we read just so you guys remember. I'm sure you guys remember, just so I remember. So we started off first with Honey Trap by Tate James. I ended up giving this 4.25. Then we read Glorious Rivals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I ended up giving this 4.5 stars. I still think about this book, I'm not gonna lie. Then we read A Life and Death, Twilight Reimagined by Stephanie Meyer. I gave this another 6 stars. It's a reread, but she's the love of my life. Can you believe that I ordered it mad long ago and the other version still is not here yet? We read The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I gave this 5 stars. Love it. Another reread. And then we read Wisteria by Adeline Grace. I gave this also 5 stars. I love this book so much. Honestly, it's still like in there. It's still in there. Oh gosh. Then we read Somewhere We Belong by Mandy Muse. I'm gonna go with 2.5 stars. And then we'll go with Authentically Izzy by Pepper Basham. I think we will go with 2.75 stars. I would say I liked it a little bit better than Somewhere We Belonged. And I think that there's, again, a lot of cute moments at the beginning. I have to give like a little bit of a push up there because of the Lord of the Rings like cameos. Those are my favorite, so have to you know give it a little bit of a push there. But 2.75 stars. Oh my gosh, you could tell we need to stop filming right now. Those are the 7 books that we read in this past week. Let me know if you guys like this video. Do you love this challenge? I think it's fun. I definitely think that obviously if you argue that, you know, audiobooks is not reading. Anyway, I completed 7 books in 7 days. We got them done. And the idea of this is not to necessarily, like, it doesn't matter if I'm sitting down or reading them. Obviously, that's could be part of the challenge, but it's just not practical for me. So I need a good audiobook, and then I was able to finish all these books. But the idea is so I can give you guys as much as a review of these books as possible, like as soon as possible. Obviously, these are not all new books, but like these are all in my TBR. So I'm trying to all of these. Yeah, we read 6 out of the 9 books on my TBR in this video. 1 book was not on my TBR, but anyway, so that's the idea here. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, nerds.